Communicate 2 Coursebook by Kate Pickering, CD 1. Unit 3, Vocabulary, Exercise 4.
A typical Monday at school. Well, the first thing we have is roll call at 9 a.m. when our form teacher checks who's here at the start of the day. Then we have assembly. We all go to the main school hall for about 15 minutes. The head teacher gives us a talk and reads out notices and information. We have 2 classes, and then it's the first break, and we all go to the playground. After that, we have double physics in the lab with Mr. Corder. He's very strict and makes us all line up in the corridor before we go into the room. Then it's lunch, and after that we're free till 2:40. Monday afternoons are great because I have art first and then I have a free period. But unfortunately, they don't let us go home early. But anyway, I can go to the library and do most of my homework.
Unit 3, Speaking, Exercises 2 and 4. Speaker 1.
My school? No, I don't think it's that well equipped. I mean, we have all the essential stuff, classrooms, gym, science lab and so on, but it's not that good on technology. I mean, some of my friends use computers in their normal lessons, and they have interactive whiteboards, but we don't have any of that. And the sports facilities are quite limited.
Speaker 2.
Yes, I think it's pretty well resourced. It's quite a modern school. We have 2 science labs and a computer room with laptops. Then there's an arts centre for art, music and the performing arts. And it's got its own swimming pool too.
Speaker 3.
It's okay. It's got most things you'd expect. It's got a big school hall, which we also use as a theatre, and the sports facilities are very good, but the building's quite old and a bit run down.
Unit 3, Pronunciation, Exercise B.
Equipped. Essential. Interactive. Facilities. Limited. Pretty. Buildings.
Unit 3, Listening, Exercise 2.
Good morning. With me is Mark Archer, a teacher who used to work in an academy in North London.
Hello.
Now, first let's be clear about what an academy is and isn't. So, we're not talking about a small private language school where people go after school, are we?
No, exactly. Children go to an academy all day, just like a normal secondary school.
OK, but there are some important differences between an academy and a regular school.
Indeed. There are 2 main differences. The first is that an academy has a specialisation in a particular area of study. For example, science or business or sport. The second is the relationship between the academy and a company or a person who is an expert in that area of study.
Unit 3, Listening, Exercise 3.
Good morning. With me is Mark Archer, a teacher who used to work in an academy in North London.
Hello.
Now, first let's be clear about what an academy is and isn't. So, we're not talking about a small private language school where people go after school, are we?
No, exactly. Children go to an academy all day, just like a normal secondary school.
OK, but there are some important differences between an academy and a regular school.
Indeed. There are 2 main differences. The first is that an academy has a specialisation in a particular area of study. For example, science or business or sport. The second is the relationship between the academy and a company or a person who is an expert in that area of study.
OK, maybe you can give us a bit more information about that.
Sure. So my academy specialised in languages.
So, did you only teach languages?
No, you have to teach the main subjects on the national curriculum: maths, English and science. But then you have more time for the specialist subjects and more time to innovate.
Could you give me some examples?
Well, all students had to study 2 languages up to the age of 16. We taught all the typical European languages: French, German, Spanish, and so on, and they had opportunities to do exchanges and get work experience in Europe.
Right.
But we also taught different community languages such as Turkish, Japanese, Hindi, Chinese, and Arabic.
I see. So, I imagine an academy also has to have some special facilities.
That's right. If it's a sports academy, then you need better than average gyms, indoor and outdoor playing fields, and other facilities.
So, what about your school?
Well, it's important to have native language assistants, and we had 5 who did conversation classes and organised extracurricular activities.
OK. And in terms of equipment?
Well, we had a specialised languages wing with satellite TV in every classroom, interactive whiteboards and video conferencing facilities.
Wow, that's impressive. OK, so what about this special relationship you mentioned?
Right. Well, academies are funded by the government, but also receive up to 10% of their funding from a private individual or an organisation, someone with a particular interest in the specialist area, and they may provide expert advice as well as financial support.
How did that work in your school?
Well, the school had a special relationship with British Airways, and the children could go on visits to Heathrow Airport, which was near the school.
So, are the academies successful? Is this where the big names of the future are going to come from?
Well, that depends. You see, when the Academies project started in the late 1990s, some of the first academies were started in inner city areas with big social problems. So the results have been a bit mixed, but many others, like the school I was at, get excellent results.
Unit 3, Functional Language, Exercise 3.
The sports equipment in this school is rubbish. Half the badminton rackets are missing strings. There's only 1 football. The nets are torn, and the mats in the gym are disgusting.
OK, we need to think about the best way of getting more equipment. Why don't we speak to the head? After all, it's important to let him know about the problem.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. Don't you think we should talk to the head of the PE department first?
Yes, we could try that. And maybe we could approach the student council.
I don't know. They never seem to achieve anything.
What about asking the Parent-Teacher Association? They sometimes buy new equipment for the school.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's give it a try.
Unit 3, Pronunciation, Exercise A.
Don't you think we should talk to the head of PE?
Unit 3, Review, Exercise 5.
Gym, limited, specialist, exchange, facilities, interactive.